Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit. And I'm also here to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave Lego the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can go ahead and reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like being a lurker, well, you can go ahead and lurk. Ghost Valve is here. Hello, Ghost Valve. Welcome, welcome. It is a Thursday night. I am working on a cool model kit. Aristofan's here. Hello, Aristofan. Welcome, welcome. The Shin Burning Gundam is the kit that we're working on right now. It's from the Gundam Build Fighters Metaverse. It is mostly a kit from 2015 with some new parts from 2023, released in 2024 as part of the anniversary of Build Fighters. Lord Crashington's here. Hello, Lord Crashington. We got a great crew already. Excited for that. Happy to have you all here. Working on a cool model kit, hanging out, talking about things and things. We'll get into it in just a second. I'm going to take a sip of water. I've been drinking so much water these past few days. My uncle, who's been staying with us for a week and a day, has left. Yesterday went to the airport. He is now going to my uncle and aunt's house, which is right near their child's house. So he'll be able to see my cousin and his family. And that's very nice and very cool. Also, it's a direct flight to them. They used to live in Virginia, or in a different place in Virginia, and it wasn't a direct flight. My uncle is in his 90s, and still, hey, this is a thing. We'll get into a model kit building here. My uncle still has a travel agent because he's an old man and he's not gonna use a computer. So he has a travel agent use a computer. And that travel agent, it has been stressed that my uncle can't make connections and you can't do this. You got to get direct flights for my dude. And was still doing things that involved a layover up until like last year, finally got the message and understood you can't keep doing this. He will not catch his flight. It will not work. So eventually started doing that. I get not wanting to deal with bullshit that is flights 2024. Yes, Lord Crashington. Totally. I understand that. But anyway, now apparently he just gets direct flights places. And also it helped that my uncle has moved. And it makes my aunt and uncle have moved. It makes things a lot easier for him to get there. So yeah, that's done. We no longer have a guest in the house, which is, look, I want to say this. Every year I say this. It is a blessing that I was able to spend time with my uncle. One of the benefits of moving here with my folks has been that every year I see my uncle. He didn't come in 2020. He wanted to, but he didn't. But I've seen him now 3 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, 4 years, because he didn't do 2020 again. He wanted to, and we were like, don't. So I have been able to see him 4 years, which is wild and cool, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity to see him so many times. I am grateful for the chance to see my uncle, because every year could be the last time I see him. And I think there's nothing wrong with acknowledging and understanding that every year could be the final time that we get to see him. And also, I should say that in 2022, pardon me, in 2022, he was like, well, this is the last time I'm doing this. And I have seen him 2 years since. So he did retire from traveling like this, but that is not actually stuck, which I appreciate. So yeah, finished up that, and now just kind of getting back into the normal swing of things. And by normal, whatever this life is, where I don't have a relative here. I said this before his last visit, and I didn't do it. I gotta figure this out, folks. There is a creak. There's a sound, a terrible sound, when the door opens fully to the office. That door is rarely closed and doesn't open late at night. The office is on the other side of the wall that I'm currently pointing at. On the other side of the wall here, there is that. And the door is very close to my door. So anytime that door opens, I hear it. And at like 1 a.m, when he's getting up to move around and I would like to fall asleep or get ready to fall asleep, that's very annoying. Also, when it would open and close all the way during the stream, that gets very annoying because I can hear this creaking noise. Nobody else in the house can hear it. He can't hear it because by that time of night, his hearing aids are out. These are the last stickers, by the way. Interrupting my own story to say we have now done all the stickers. By finishing these feet off, we have finished up all of the stickers. And then I am just going to hit the brown marker here where these two red pieces connect because I otherwise have panel lined this already. So I'm just going to hit that there. I did panel line underneath this clear blue. I don't think it'll be noticeable, but I wanted to do it because I thought it might look neat. And at the worst, it was a little bit of ink that won't be noticeable, but that's okay. Sometimes it's just about finding out. I'm like, well, would that show up? Would it show up if it was black? Probably not, but it's good to do. So we'll just do a little bit there, and then we'll be done with the feet. But yeah, he took off, so that's very nice to see him off. He's with my aunt and uncle for a bit, like I said, and then he'll be with my cousin and his family, and that is nice. Let's see. Is there anything else before I get into the thing that I want to talk about? I have some news stories and things like that we'll talk about in the second hour. But we should talk about AI. We're going to talk about an interesting thing in AI, and then we'll talk about a practical thing with artificial intelligence. First, we're going to start with a statement made by Dark Horse Comics. Because apparently it was a frequently asked question. They felt the need to put out an official statement. This is an official statement from Dark Horse Comics. Dark Horse Comics was originally founded to establish an ideal publishing atmosphere for creative professionals and maintains this focus on supporting independent creators to this day. As such, Dark Horse does not support the use of AI-generated material in the works that we publish. Our contracts include language stating that the creator agrees that the work will not consist of any material generated by computer, artificial intelligence programs. Dark Horse is committed to supporting human creative professionals with our business. This is awesome. This is great to hear. Awesome to read. Very cool. I did think it would be very funny if they had like a line break. So it said, our contracts include language stating the creator agrees the work will not consist of any material generated by computer. Just like, hey, you can't work on computers here. No, but they're saying AI generated stuff. Yes. That's awesome. It is great that Dark Horse has taken a stand on that. We hope that Dark Horse will be consistent with that is not just lip service, that they will not, that extends not just to contracts, but their own internal work, that they are not going to take shortcuts that are creatively bankrupt. And we hope that that is the case going forward with Dark Horse, and that it sets a precedent that other companies feel the need to match and live up to. One can hope. Will that be the case? I don't know. But this is E1. Wait. E1, 2 is that one. So then I need C14. There it is. Couldn't find the piece I needed. I should say, before we get into the other thing about AI we need to talk about, I am skipping the legs. I did the feet, and I am skipping the legs because we are not building this in the order they want to, because I am just want to build in the order I want to build it in, which means for me that I am going to start working on the waist, or the attachment that connects the waist to the chest. Then I'm building the waist, then I'm building the legs, then I'll build the backpack. And I am not going to build, just like I built the feet here, then build the legs and just have them stand around there, because I don't like that. So I am doing it the way I want to do it. I have been, for too long, skipping leg day. Yeah, Lord Crescent, we're postponing leg day. For too long, friends, for too long, I have been set in my ways of page by page following instructions. And I don't want to say no more to that, but I will say less of that. I think I'm going to try to become more happy enough with doing it whenever I feel the need, as opposed to every single time. So, like, if it's the beginning of a stream, why don't I start with the head? Because that's the part with the most stickers. Why don't I do that when I am the freshest in the stream? In the same way that, like, yeah, at the end of a stream, why don't I work on parts that don't make me mad? You know, like postpone. I should be doing that. Is this correct? Is this the way it should go? This looks correct. This is not correct. I don't think I am. Yes, I don't think I put this on properly. And I don't know how to get that piece out. I believe that this piece is supposed to be on the front and these little sides are on the side. Yeah, so that is wrong. So now I need to get this piece out. Can I get this piece out? See, this is the problem. Immediately, friends, I go to do something in my own order and immediately I'm like, oh, I did this wrong. Now I have to figure out how to do it right. I mean, I should be able to just slide this. Yeah, I can just slide this where I need it to be. Because I want this part to be the front. Okay, but if that's the front, then I put this on backwards. Okay. All right, so now we'll just turn this around, because this is just in a poly cap, but it'll be awkward to get it out, so I am just turning it, angling it the way I want so that it goes towards the back. And now I should be able to do this. Great. This is now where I want it. This is accurate. I did, fix my mistake. Not a hard mistake to fix. Okay, so we talked about briefly Dark Horse Comics statement, which is great. Happy to see that statement. Fully support that statement. We now need to talk about another thing that involves artificial intelligence, generative tools, possibly. We have to talk a possible, okay? So here is the thing that I was not aware of during the course of Tuesday's stream. There have been accusations within the indie gaming community that Mech Builder used artificial intelligence, generative AI, to create the models that appear in the game. That the model design was done with AI and then was retrofitted or traced over to be assets that could then be in the game. But the basis of it is not a human's artistic style, and is instead the work of AI. Now, those are allegations that we should take seriously. These are devs from the community saying this, and I should say that my eye is not trained to look for that style of generative AI. I am much more keen and aware of AI, generative AI producing results that closely resemble like fantasy art, that kind of like photorealistic fantasy. That's not, so it's not actually realistic, but it's the photorealistic kind of thing. That sort of thing. The thing where you see extra fingers and all that other stuff, but also like poor blending and things of that nature. I am not used to looking at and being able to spot generative AI use in projects that are making use of like vector art or renders of that kind. I'm just not used to looking for that. I should say that the creator of the game, who was in chat on Tuesday, has denied these claims and said that it's all that he has not used AI to start these. And he has some videos of himself on his channel and replies. And at one point, he's got a very snarky response saying, people don't reply once I've defended myself. And then people were like, well, why are you deleting some of the videos you put up? And he said, well, basically, every time someone accuses me, my wish list numbers go up because people find out about the game and either they don't believe that it's AI or they don't care and they are at least finding out about the game. So from his point of view, he was going to stop defending himself because the accusations were at least spreading word of mouth. There is no, there's no bad news, all that other stuff. There's no bad publicity and that kind of thing. And to some people within the gaming community, the indie gaming community, that is an admission of guilt by him stopping in his attempts to defend himself. He is therefore admitting to it. Like literally, a developer was saying, well, he admitted to it at this point. And it was like, oh, that's not what admitting means. Like, again, I will say, I am not an expert in spotting AI. So then this begs the question, right? If the person doing it doesn't admit to it, and you can't really tell, where do you go from there? And that's a question I'm asking myself, right? Like, it's a question I don't have a good answer to. Like, does it mean, is it less bad? Is it, So yeah, again, I'm stumbling on this because I really do have questions about it. Like, okay, is it better, worse, or a different issue if AI was used? And so that means that other people's work were used because generative AI takes other people's work without their permission and then iterates on it, makes its own thing that is not a new thing and it's not its own thing. It is just a very different thing. And you are taking that and then you are tracing over it and importing it into your game. That's obviously bad. But was I okay with playing that game on Tuesday when I didn't know about the AI accusations? Possible truth to it. But I was pretty okay with the blatant homages at best in that game. The Evangelion likes, the Transformers, the Sentai stuff, the blatant, of course, Gunpla, Gundam inspired things. Was I okay with that? That like a $10 game that's on sale had clearly someone that was inspired by works that they don't have a license for, and that appeared in there. Was I okay? Because I think I was okay with that. I think I was okay with building some kits that clearly were Transformers. But not Transformers. Definitely not Transformers. Mechformers. They were Mechformers. But I think I was okay with that. But am I okay with accusations about AI that I have no proof that those models that I am okay with, I have decided that I feel okay about those models existing. But now do I feel that way with the knowledge that people believe that those models that are, again, just off something that pre-exist are presumed to be AI generated. And I've been saying a lot of this in the form of a question because I don't have an answer for you. I literally, on the stream we rated, was after Tuesday's stream was the first time I've heard of people talking about this. This is apparently a thing that has been this information had not, or these accusations had not been making waves in the Gunpla gaming community. Because there is a crossover. A lot of Gunpla people, streamers also play video games. But in that community, that hadn't really come up. This has apparently been thought of by people who saw the demo and people saw playing the demo, and that is mostly coming out of the dev community, who understandably are very concerned about AI within gaming, which I am as well, as someone who is not in the gaming industry in any way, shape, or form, but as someone that is a person that plays video games on stream, on a mostly weekly basis, and then also, plays games as a hobbyist, as friends in the gaming community and all that. I'm certainly concerned about it, and someone that wants to be in the entertainment industry again, that was for many years, and would like to get back there. I totally understand that, and that's where I'm coming from on it. But what do I do with we're convinced? Like, what do I do with that? There was an artist who was accused of doing AI for some promo art for the WWE games. Now, it's very clear there was a commercial that was made using AI. That was very clear. But this artist was just doing some cover work, cover illustrations for that. And people were like, this is definitely AI. You can tell by this, this, and this. And it according to them, no, these are just weird things that were in the reference photo. So this artist didn't use AI. They just made strange choices with what they didn't repair things in reference photos that they probably should have repaired in their renders, and therefore it looked weird, like it was like this photo of Stone Cold Steve Austin where his hand looks weird. In the photo that was used as a reference, his hand looks weird. And then it was like, well, why didn't you fix the hand that looks weird? That's odd. So, like, in that instance, like, there have been accusations that were seemingly mischaracterizations, right? So I don't know. I'm speaking in these questions because I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what to do with this, right? Like, I don't know where to go from there. Like, if I found out that all of the models in that game were stolen off of people's pages that they uploaded, right? They uploaded to, like, and it was like, hey, the artist in question has come out and said, this stuff is from my deviant art, and this one is from this, and this one is from a, like, you could license it, and this person didn't license it, and all of that. And if someone came out and said, this game is full of stolen assets, then I would be like, well, I can't stream this game anymore. I'll keep the archive up and include a note in there, but I can't stream this game anymore because this person is clearly stole things to make this game, right? Like, I have no problem saying that and thinking that, and that being a conviction that I keep, right? But I don't know what to do about accusations that like, all I can say is, could someone recreate them? You know? If someone... I don't feel comfortable playing this game in the future right now. We were going to stream it again, probably, because there's more to build. I didn't even know, once you finish this tutorial, the model kits you make show up on the main menu, and you can display them, and that's fun. So it would be nice to look at all of them, and in that way. I didn't know that. We didn't get to show the kit bash because I hadn't finished 20 kits by the time we finished the stream. So there's another stream in it, right? But, like, do I play the game again next month, 2 months from now, and go on a long conversation about AI art? Do I use it as an excuse to, like, or a chance to talk about these things on stream while building some cool model kits and say, like, I don't know. Do I wait and see if there's, like, some big expose, or if just whatever? I don't know. is it just the thing where I'm like, well, I got that game for free. I streamed it before I heard people make those accusations. I'll just say, well, it happens and chalk it up and move on. There is a note in the description of my video that talks about this a bit. And of course, we're doing this stream where I'm talking about it. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. If you have thoughts, you don't have to have a thought on this. You don't have to have an opinion on if you think I should stream this game ever again, or if the accusation, because it's from credible game developers who have more experience looking at this stuff, that you can say, well, like, well, yeah, I mean, like, they've been saying it, so that's good enough for me. Like, or I don't, it does matter to me, and that's the thing I should convey, right? I don't want to stream games on my channel that use generative AI to make those games, be that audio creation or the NPC dialogue was written by it, or this is a point and click where, like, we, like, oh, it generates all this stuff and we used AI, or like a game where you look at it and you go, this is in the same way. I'm not super thrilled about playing a game where it's an asset flip, where it's like, oh, I don't want to, there are a lot of terrible games on Steam that are like $8 that someone made like test levels in, in something, and then they just like threw some free assets on top of it and called it a day, and are trying to get people to spend money on it and make as much as they can doing it. Like, I'm not super into that. But I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. The accusation. Should I just take their word for it? Should I wait and see? Again, if it is true, then that's it, right? If the models that we are assembling in that game came from generative AI, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to do anything with it. Because also, like, somebody did just make the Last Call BBS thing with some changes. Like, the paint is click to fill, not spray paint. Like, it's not the same game, but it's clearly someone saw that and said, that should be a whole video game. What if I made that video game? I'll do it. Like, it's not an original concept. It's not even an original execution. And like I said, even if it wasn't generative AI driven, it's still a game full of homages at best. So at best, it's full of homages. And is that a problem? Is that a deal breaker? And again, I don't know if it is a deal breaker, and I don't know if that's a fucking problem that I have to think, that I have to reconcile with. Laura Crashington says, I feel like the level of dev publisher also plays into it. So it is at least worth considering and taking into consideration if a solo developer is using AI to cobble together their dream game. I'm still not thrilled about that, but I understand it better than a large-scale studio using AI to reduce the amount of jobs they have to have from real people, and to turn 6 developers into 3 managers of AI stuff that they've outsourced. I understand that feels way shittier, but I don't want to be someone that says, well, just because you're a one-person studio, it's an excuse that you're using shortcuts. In the same way that people who are like, well, we're democratizing art. It's just like, no, you can make art. Anyone can make art. You just want shortcuts to make the art in your head, to not commission artists. Like, because that's the thing, right? Like, okay, this game, let's say that Mech Builder doesn't get made if this person has to do all the art themselves. Okay, sure. This game doesn't get made if the person has to commission a bunch of people and hire a bunch of people, right? fine. Then it doesn't get made, right? It doesn't have to get made, right? The idea that if it is done with AI, then I'm not going to stream it, right? I'm done with that. Once you know, you know. You can't close Pandora's box. Once it's open, it's open. And that's been my feeling about this in many instances, right? That's how I feel about those things. Like, yes, there is a meme that went around. It's kind of over now, but there was a meme that went around on TikTok with a song snippet that says, "How the hell you spell chauffeur? Chauffeur. Ooh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over here. Fuck you." And it's done in a cowboy country style. That's an AI song. That is a series of tweets. How the hell you spell chauffeur? Chauffeur spelled wrong. Someone replying the correct spelling of chauffeur, and that reply being, "Ooh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over here. Fuck you," as a reply. And then someone fed those lines of text into a music generator and asked for in the style of country, and got that clip. Once I knew that that was AI generated, the fun jokes that people make on TikTok and Instagram were less fun for me, because I was like, that's fucking, not only is that someone ripping a creator, it's also generated by AI. Just fucking record the lyrics, asshole. Just record the lyrics. Just sing the fucking song. So it loses its fun for me. Again, that's my particular feeling on it. Once I know, once it's not fun, I can't pretend it's fun. That's just my opinion on it. That's how I feel about those things. Like, no, okay, no. Genie's out of the bottle. Pandora's box has been opened. It is what it is. AI is a fucking deal breaker. That's how I feel about it. But what if I don't know? What if just some people have been saying? When it gets to TikTok, the fun kind of over because it's part of the algorithm machine. Well, Lord Crashington, yes, but I don't. But that's how you get. That's the fun just started. Without the algorithm, the fun doesn't exist. This is a separate conversation. But the algorithm is the reason why I'm seeing the videos that I want to see. I wouldn't see those videos because they're made by people I don't know. So the algorithm is part of the fun inherently. You don't get a guy singing the lyrics to Dirt Man in the style of Hot to Go without Hot to Go being fed through the algorithm and hitting everybody at the same time that an older video by a guy that just throws shit at the wall, Dirt Man, suddenly becomes popular out of nowhere for no good reason, and that its popularity after existing for a while suddenly hitting at the same time, and then some fucking band deciding they were going to do Dirt Man in the style of Hot to Go. You don't get that without a lot of algorithmic putting stuff out there. Like, that just doesn't happen. That fun doesn't happen there. I'm saying that inherently it's not fun once you realize that a thing that is fun because an AI tool was used to make the thing. And that makes it then less fun because you have that context. The algorithm is a fucking nightmare, but also TikTok doesn't work without it as it stands now. The thing that is good about TikTok is that it gives you things that it thinks you will like, and it's not just things that are popular. That's why the TikTok algorithm is so effective. Instagram just shows you what it thinks is popular, and and that it has like broad ideas of, well, you kind of like this stuff, so we'll throw this out there. Food's really good today, so here's the best food things that we've got for you. Like, well, you live on the East Coast and it's nighttime, so you probably want some nature stuff. Like, it's dumb. TikTok is like, based on what you haven't immediately scrolled past and what you've watched several times in a row on repeat or shared with people, here's what we think you'd like that's on TikTok right now. Because sometimes TikTok will send you a thing that no one's fucking watching because they're like, man, you love car cleaning videos. Here are 5 more car cleaning videos. You're watching a car cleaning video that only 100 people have watched. You're now one of 100 that has watched this video. Oh, you watched that video 5 times. Do you want another video from that person? Great. Oh, you followed these 3 people today. We'll show you some stuff that like they've made and then also people they follow have made. We'll do that. Like, the TikTok algorithm, again, I shouldn't have even gotten into this. But once it's gotten to TikTok, that's where it gets good. Once it's on Instagram Reels, it's now somebody's bread and butter or somebody's business. I'm just thinking about it becoming part of the money-making content machine with regards to AI jokey stuff. Well, again, another reminder is that TikTok gives people money to keep making things on TikTok because it has no way to make money, and then people do TikTok stores, and try to do that, and that's a whole other thing, and then promote their business. But that's because because no one can get sponsored for the arts. There's Patreon, not patrons. You have to churn out things. And AI jokey stuff, like I said, the AI jokey thing is just somebody so here's, if I can pull it back even farther, the example I was using that sucks once you know it was that, is somebody taking a tweet that went viral, that was then shared on viral sharing websites to make ad revenue, that was then fed into a program as an example of what AI technology can do, that was then ripped from that video by another person and used in a joke on TikTok, that then went viral, and then people, without any knowledge that I'm laying down for you, they only know about the song. They don't know about who ripped it and what video it was from and how it was based on a tweet that was then stolen for ad farm bullshit. They don't know any of that context. They just know how do you spell chauffeur? Chauffeur. Oh, fancy pants over there. Fuck you. And they think it's fun to make a video using that audio. And it is fun, but it's less fun for me now that I know that that's an AI song. The other parts of it are still fun for me because the process is interesting. And at the end of the day, people like turning on its head, people making the guy who's saying fuck you the villain of the piece because the person who's saying spelling chauffeur is being nice, it being an internal conflict. The people that don't want to include the fuck you part because they're like fucking Christian or whatever, like all that shit is very interesting to me because that's what I find interesting about the process of things changing and morphing and getting out there and being remixed and reworked and weird is fascinating to me. Ursvan says, the basic question is an accusation from a third party enough to end the fun? For me, using AI isn't high enough, but if it was a sexual assault, it would be. Yes. Like, if it turns out this person is, the person that made this game is a garbage person, right? If there are accusations about this person being awful, again, we talked about it. If this person, instead of using AI generation, which again, we don't know, these are accusations being made, we don't know. But if instead somebody was just like, yeah, that was on my This stuff was all my Pivx. These are renders I've done of things that someone just blatantly took from me and put in a video game. Like, then you're like, fuck this. Get the shit out of here. Fuck you. I don't play House Flipper because they put in a racist meme. And they don't think that's bad. Because to them, the racist accusations aren't warranted. And I'm like, well, fuck off. It is. Ugandan Knuckles is fucking racist. And having a Ugandan Knuckles reference in your fucking video game makes me not want to play House Flipper anymore. Because that meme is fucking racist. And so it's a fucking no deal. We're done. That game was fun. I streamed it a lot. I enjoyed it. And then I saw the meme and I was like, fuck. Well, you fucking ruined it. And then you wait, you go, do they not fucking understand this meme? Are they experiencing this meme through 3 or 4 layers of irony, and it hasn't gotten to the point where have they been told, like, hey, this fucking meme is racist? And they go, shit. It was a request that we put in. No, they said, it's not a racist meme. You're the racist. And then I was like, well, fuck off, House Flipper. You can go to hell. But again, in this particular specific instance, we are talking about game developers saying this shit is AI, and the developer of the game saying, no, it isn't. And I don't fucking know. And it just has to be a thing of like, do I want to keep playing the game with this accusation out there? Probably. I probably will keep playing and I'll keep paying attention. Do I want to stream it again? I don't know. I don't think so. So I think the conclusion I've come to is I'm not sure if I will keep playing the game. I am pretty confident that you won't see me play the game on stream. And that's a concession. That's not even a concession. That's just me trying to do the math in my head, try to work this out. And I don't know, right? Like, I'm not saying I've got to figure it out. I know there's some people that are like, Pat, I hate that you're going to be playing Hearthstone. I won't be watching your streams when you play Hearthstone. Yeah, okay. I get it. I fucking get it. I'm not here defending upper management at Blizzard or Activision. I am not saying that the credible accusations that have been, that have been made, are minor or excusable. I am not saying any of that. I totally understand if people are like, it's a fucking bummer that you play this video game still and that you're going to stream yourself playing it. It's like, yeah. Because some people I know do not want to be playing Blizzard games or Activision games because of the culture there. Same thing with Ubisoft and a number of other studios across the world. Sadly, totally understand that, respect it. I'm not hitting that way on there. But I get it. So yeah, at the end of all of this, it kind of comes down to I have felt that I would feel weird about streaming it again. I am not here to say that I am considering uninstalling it or that I'll never play it again or that I will take my archive down or that if people talk about Mech Builder, I'm going to be like, you shouldn't play that game. Like, I don't think that's me. I don't think that's how I'm going to vibe with it. But I don't think I want to play that video game on stream with the possibility that I'm supporting something that I don't support. You know what I mean? I don't know. At the end of the day, I should also be honest and earnest when I say, I I how do I put this? How do I say this? Reminder that I sincerely appreciate all of the support I get on here. If you're a subscriber, you've been doing it for 5 years now or 3 months. If you've never subscribed, but you've hung out in chat. If you've never talked in chat, you just watch. You watch the VODs, you watch the Twitch archive, you watch the YouTube archive, you watch the streams, but you're on your phone and you're mostly listening while I do other things. If you watch my gaming streams, you only watch my anime coverage. You only watch the building streams, but not the Lego streams because you only want to watch model kits get built. Whatever it is, you only come into the second hour for anime. You duck out before the anime discussion. However you consume and watch what I do here, I appreciate it sincerely and earnestly. That being said, this is at best a part-time job that I, at best, lose a little bit of money every month on. It exists mostly to have a connection with people and to keep myself out there. But generally, my streams exist because I want to do it. And so the choices I make take a lot of things into consideration, including, and it's a high priority, am I doing things that my audience is at the very least happy that I'm happy about? Right? Are they at least along for the ride with what I'm up to and into? But that being said, understand that I make choices that I'm like, I want to play this game. I want to build this model kit. I have one model kit that went on my wish list because I know that some people will enjoy me building a unicorn because I don't like building the unicorn Gundam. I own that kit. It's in my backlog. If my $10 patrons, well, next time I put it up, if my $10 patrons pick that, I will build it. But that's the only kit I've ever put on that wish list that I didn't want to build. So even the kits that people purchase for me to build, or the $3, $5, and $10 patrons when they vote on things that I'll do on my one Tuesday a month, the list does not include things I don't want to do. My Tuesday streams are stuff I want to do. Like, will I take a break? Am I planning to take a bit of a break on Pokemon? Because the last Pokemon stream had a ridiculously small amount of people watching it. Yeah, but on the other hand, if I suddenly get the craving that I really want to play Pokemon Black Randomizer, I really want to get into it because we were in a cave all fucking episode, and I really want to like finish it. I want to go to this tower so that I can then beat this gym leader in the next stream. I'll do it again. I'm not going to not do it just because not a lot of people watched it. I do want people to watch what I'm doing. I want them to have a good time. I want them to enjoy the streams because I want to enjoy the streams. And as we've talked about before, I wish this wasn't a part of me, but I like when the numbers go up. You know? Number go up, great. Number good, good. Gift subs high, regular subscriptions high, great. View numbers doing better than I did last week or down a little bit, but I perked up by the end. You know, we started at like 5, but we ended at 15. We hit 25 at one point. Great. I am results oriented, but I don't chase results. So at the end of the day, even if Mech Builder was my most popular stream of the month, and people were like, ooh, digital mechs, I'm going to check that out. Pat, you got to play that game again. If I'm feeling weird about that game, I'm not playing that game again. You know, I might not get anybody to next Tuesday because you might be like, Pat, I kind of like the CPU versus CPU in WWE 2K24, but I don't really want to see Post Malone as a DLC character and the Headbangers Like, sensational Sherry, that's fucking cool, but I'm probably not going to watch that stream, Pat. I understand, and I gotcha. But I'm still going to do it because I fucking want to see that shit. Because, well, one, I want to see it. So I want to do the things that I want to do. And two, I paid for all of the DLC. And one DLC pack I don't want to do a stream about because it's like fucking the Friends of Pat McAfee that I don't give a shit about, and I don't care about the DLC, but I paid for all of the DLC. So damn it, we're going to stream the DLC because I paid for it. Again, I'm not going to fucking put in Pat McAfee's goobers in there, but I'm still going to do it. There are plenty of good games to spend time on that don't have that. Yeah, Ghost Valve, right? But also, like I said, like, we're going to, in August, because it comes out at the end of the month, the Jackbox thing comes out. I'm going to look up the name because I have the name written down, but it exits my brain. Bad Gumple just raided the party 11. Welcome. There is a thing called the Jackbox Mega Picker coming out next month, or the end of this month. We'll stream that next month. Jackbox streams sometimes do very well for me, and sometimes don't. But I want to check out this Mega Picker and see how it works and play some old Jackbox stuff and some new Jackbox stuff. So we're going to do that stream because at the end of the day, I want to do it. And that's where I'm at. I don't have to worry about doing things that the majority of my viewers want to do because this is not my full-time job. Hello, Bad Gunpla. Jason, I hope you're doing well. I believe you are back to model kit building after a bit of a hiatus of streaming and then also working on some Magic the Gathering leather packs or bundle things. And I hope that that's gone very well for you. And I hope that your return to model kit building went well tonight. Welcome, Raiders. If you're new here, I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets. And then once a week, I play video games. We have been talking pretty extensively about a video game we played on Tuesday and some possible shenanigans with that game. But we're done talking about that because I talked about it for a very long time and I don't want to do it anymore. But I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We'll keep doing some building and things here. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a larger thing that I feel very comfortable talking about that, like, I can't imagine having thousands of people watch me play a video game. And then for fun, I want to play a different video game. And then to see a couple hundred people watch that. And then chat being not all of, because there are diehards that just like you for your personality. But like, there being people that are just like, this isn't PUBG. And I say that because that is an example from a friend of mine who was a streamer that played a variety of games and did a really good job with it, who then became very good at PUBG at a time where there were not a lot of people playing PUBG, and then everyone was playing PUBG, and she suddenly became a very popular streamer for PUBG, and then suddenly she was a PUBG streamer, and then her like community days where like she would play like Jackbox or like the Marble game and a bunch of other things. Suddenly there were people who were there because they wanted to see someone who was excellent at PUBG be excellent at PUBG. And she wasn't there to do that. And so they didn't want to be there. And they were annoyed that she was doing something else. I have not had that problem. Yes, my Tuesday streams don't hit the numbers that my Thursday streams do. Yeah. Lego sometimes does worse than model kits. Sure. But the numbers aren't so significantly worse that I'm like, well, can't do that anymore. You know, I could decide. I could decide that on Tuesdays, I only play WWE 2K24 CPU versus CPU for like a month. Like the next, like September, every week I do this. And that's that month because I really like doing that. And so I want to see that. We need the return of jigsaw puzzles. No, Lord Crashington. Again, I am in a position now where I can say, well, I just kind of do what I want to do. And if people are on board with it, hell yeah. If they're not on board with it, okay. And we'll just take it from there. Again, I don't, like jigsaw puzzles. I bet there are some people that would have liked to have seen me stuck it out and finished that jigsaw puzzle that was bad. It was a bad jigsaw puzzle, and I was bad doing it, and it was bad stream. It was bad streams. But I bet there are some people out there that thought I should have fucking stuck with it, or even possibly enjoyed me having a bad time. But luckily, I am blessed with a community of people that, for the most part, just want to fucking hang out with me on a weeknight or a Saturday night while I build model kits. They like model kits. They like me. They like hanging out. This has become the thing they do 4 times a week or 3 times a week or once a week or once in a blue fucking moon. And they're not here all the time, but they're here occasionally to see what's up with their friend Pat. And they have a parasocial relationship because I am a streamer that does not have a ton of viewers, and therefore I engage with my community pretty consistently. And they are looking for that. Whatever it is, I am blessed and pleased to say that I can talk to y'all about stuff, and that it rules. It absolutely rules that I get to talk to people and do what I want to do when it comes to streaming, and I am not worried about it. Like, I'm not going to talk about Oshinoko episode 2. I decided I'm going to do that on Saturday. I'm not going to take a pause for the cause tonight, an extended pause for the cause. We're going to talk about a manga I've been reading. We'll do that. We'll do Manga Thursday. Because there's a manga that I really enjoy, and it's weird, and I want to talk about it. But I will just quickly promote this Kuma Baer. So, hey, pause for the cause. Please watch this episode of Kuma Baer. It's me talking for under 60 seconds about the anime Dungeon Meshi, Delicious in Dungeon. Which is a fantastic show and one of the best anime of 2024 so far. It will be hard for it to slip out of my top 5. We'll say that. I don't think it's my favorite show of the year. I think that show is impossible to beat. I'll say this. So it's me talking for 60 seconds about how that's a cool game and you should check it out. Or it's a cool anime and you should check it out. It would be incredible if a show comes out this year that is as good or better than the second half of Frieren. It would be a phenomenal year in anime. If I was like, well, my number 2 anime of 2024 is Frieren because something is better than Frieren. My number 2 of 2023, because the only thing that was better last year than the first half of Frieren was the second half of Witch from Mercury. Which is, to some people, is an unpopular opinion, but not to me, because that's my opinion on it. So I don't think Dungeon Meshi is better than Frieren. But I also don't know what is better than Frieren. I'm also saying a few things that I will say in the next episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, which goes up on Monday, because I'm doing my favorite shows from 2024. I'm doing the half years. Is it already deep in July? And maybe I should have done it in June? Yeah, but whatever. I don't care. I'm doing it now. I've never done it before. I'm going to do the half years. Just talking about my favorite shows from that. It's just an excuse for me to talk about anime that I like. Pet Bear's Anime Club. Also because the video I quote unquote should do is my recommendations for this season, and not everything's been out for more than a couple weeks. So I want to give that a little more time to breathe, because one of the downsides of that is there are shows that I'm like, I really love the first episode about this. I want to recommend it to people. Or I really like the first 2 episodes of this. I want to recommend to people. And then episode 3, I'm like, oh, wait, no. Like that anime last year about the quote unquote old man. I think he was in his 30s, but the career old man that meets a bird that can talk, and the bird is like a wizard trapped in a bird's body, and so he becomes a mage and goes back and forth. That was like a fun idea, but then episode 3 was like, the girl next door is a yandere high school student, and I was like, I'm out. Fuck this thing. Fuck this show. What are we doing here? Get out of here. But that show I recommended because I thought the first 2 episodes were really strong. And then episode 3, I was like, And then episode 4, I was like, fuck off. And I have no idea what happens in this show, except that I was told that there's a character that gets introduced that I myself, Pat, I was told I would hate even more than the girl than the high school girl. And I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I didn't watch that. It was like something in Peep, because Peep was the name of the bird. Gave it a bird a terrible name. So I'm gonna try in the future to wait a little while on my anime recommendations. Of like, here's what I'm really enjoying this season. I'm gonna kind of wait on that a bit. Sasaki and Peeps or something like that. Yes. The little sister in the Deer anime was one of the big things that turned me off of it. Yeah, Lashbrook, so like the Syscon stuff I'm not thrilled about. The Syscon being like a ninja is kind of fun. It's kind of a play on it. So like, is it going to be a big joke going forward, or was just a way to introduce this character who, now that she has made peace with Nokotan is going to be cool, and then it'll just be the joke that comes in now and again, like Grandpa and Grandma are young again. When I found out that it was a reoccurring gag that the granddaughter is dealing with the fact that her grandpa is now a handsome man and she's got a crush on this guy, I was like, I don't need that to be reoccurring. I think I'm good on this thing that I already only kind of liked and didn't really like love. That was a deal breaker. And I was like, that's a fine deal breaker for me to have. But yeah, if it turns out that a major plot point in the fucking Deer anime is that the main character's little sister is a fucking weirdo constantly all the time, then yeah, I could see that being a deal breaker where you're out, Lashbrook. I get that. To me, it was like, I didn't love this part, but I don't think this is going to be the brunt of the anime, so we'll see what happens. That's kind of it. Well, like I said, I'm just going to talk about in the next Pat Bear's Anime Club. I don't even know how many, because I haven't done this video of like my half year. Like, I was thinking, I have a couple different ways. Maybe y'all can give me your thoughts on what I should do here. Should I do like my top 5 of 2024 so far? And like pick 5 anime from the first half of the year and see if any of them are on my top 10 list in January or December, depending on when I want to do it. Like, are any of them in my top 10? And if they are, where do they fit? Like, is my number 5 now my number 7? Or did it move up after a year of thinking about it? Or because like maybe the first half would include that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which is not over yet. So maybe it would move down the list with the more episodes. But because it's halfway, I can say it's like my fourth favorite. I don't know. Or do I just want to say, in no particular order, here are some shows I'm still thinking about from the spring and or from the winter and spring season. And I think that might be the approach. It is fun to look back and go, Freerin was my favorite show by the half year, and it still is. That's kind of fun. But I also think that I only rank for my top 10 of the year. I don't do any other kind of ranking. I categorize, but I don't rank. Like I do, here's the isekai I'm going to be watching. Here's the ones I might watch. Here's the ones I know I'm not going to watch. Like I'm not going to watch Failure Frame, I should say. I just know that edgelord shit is not my shit, and I don't want to watch it. And if you're watching it and you think it's great and you love this dude that got abandoned and he's going to do whatever he can and he's got a weird slime creature monster friend that he uses to paralyze people, and you're like, well, I don't even know if we're going to get to it in the first season, but there is a cool cat lady that's mostly a cat. Like it's more like Animorph, like towards the cat part than towards the lady part. And that seems cool. Like, sure, you can watch it, but like, I don't think I'm going to watch it because I was very uninterested in that show when I started reading the manga. And I was like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good on this. But I'm not surprised I got an anime adaptation because 20-somethings and teenagers like edgelords. Ari Fuera is getting a third season soon. There's going to be more of that fucking, oh God, something from the shadows, whatever. Eminence in the Shadows, that's getting another season. That show was incredibly popular. People fucking loved that shit. This fucking dude who wants to be the secret guy and all this other stuff and do all this dumb shit and all that. And then he's got like fucking overpowered main character that also is an edgelord that may or may not have become isekai'd because he was trying to become isekai'd because in quote unquote real life, he was like the lead. He was basically living out a fantasy of being the character Kick-Ass and may or may not have created the world that he has been summoned to out of his imagination. That show did very well. Eminence in Shadow, or Shadows, I don't remember, my apologies, did very well. But there's no world where I'm like, I'm going to watch this thing. Yeah, no, I'm good. We finished the leg. We can attach this leg. This leg has been built. We can now put on a leg. See, this is why I did the waist. I jumped around in the manual because now that I finished the leg, I can put this leg right on here, and now this leg is attached, and that makes me happy. But then, how does that connect in? I forgot to put a poly cap on this. We are going to talk about a manga that I've been reading. I'm going to drink a little water because we're not going to do a pause for the cause tonight because I'm just kind of rambling. So we'll just drink some water there because you got to drink water because it's just hot. I went for a walk today. Fucking sucked. I haven't walked in like a week and a half. I've just been doing biking in the garage on the exercise bike, the adapted bike, which is hot enough and sweaty enough and a nightmare enough. But I really have been just feel like, so I try to have good posture when I am biking because instead of bending over to get the wheels at, and I've adjusted it so, you know, there's a bit of an incline, but I try to sit back, I get my phone out and I try to have my phone looking at it so that I am, you know, much better posture and I'm not just kind of whatever. But I do sweat on the bike. It's just, I do feel sometimes because I sit all day in a chair and then going and sitting on a bike, like I'm not stretching out as much as I could be and I should be because I'm in my mid 40s now. So I went for a walk, even though it was hot, because today wasn't as hot and certainly wasn't as humid as it's been, but it still fucking sucked, and I didn't want to do it. I almost tweeted about it, being like, hey, I went for a walk today. Where's my parade? Excuse me. I didn't get a parade, but it's okay. I don't need a parade every time I walk. It was hot out there, and it did feel dumb. I did feel like I made a mistake by going out there. I might walk tomorrow. Anyway, I want to talk to you about a manga that I have been reading because I'm not going to talk about episode 2 or 3 of Oshinoko. I will talk about episode 3 of Oshinoko on Saturday, along with probably I don't know. Saturday, Dungeon People. So I'll probably talk about episode 3 of Dungeon People because I'm really enjoying Dungeon People. So I'll probably talk about Oshinoko and Dungeon People on Saturday's stream. But I do want to talk about Unparalleled Little Girl, which is a manga that I have been reading. The title is weird. I know. It's a strange thing. It's also a strange book. It is a strange manga with a premise that I was like kind of fucking confused about. I'll be honest with you. I was a little fucking confused about this book because I'm not sure it knows what it wants to be. Because I was like, oh, it's one of those main character was very strong, was kicked out of her party, can now do whatever she wants, and is going to show all of them just how fucking strong she was and badass and cool she is. And I was like, oh no, this manga isn't that. This manga is a cute slice of life where the premise was that, but now there is a twist on it, and so we're just going to see this character be cute and have fun and have like misadventures with attractive characters, and it'll be fun. It'll just be a fun time. And I was like, oh, okay. But I think this manga is both, which I was very fucking surprised about. But I'm fairly confident that this manga is just an action-adventure manga with some cute scenes. And I was kind of surprised by that. It's called Unparalleled Little Girl. And it is the story about a girl who is a healer. Lilith. She is a summoner. And she can summon... so here's the thing. They don't know she's a summoner. She's how to say this? We know that our girl is a summoner that can summon all kinds of heroes. She is the greatest summoner that's ever lived. Lilith can summon anyone from the plane of heroes, where various gods have put people. It's basically like Valhalla. Right? Like where all of the champions of history of various worlds, where all of those champions live, they are sent there once they die, and she can summon them, which is pretty fucking cool. Here's the thing: her dad and her older brothers are like, the king knows that you can heal people. Don't say the other stuff because you could just go and defeat the demons by yourself. So just do the healing stuff. Have your summon be invisible, and we're just going to push you as the girl that is the healer in the party. And that works out great until the manga starts, where they're fighting some demons, and she gets stabbed in the back, literally, by the hero, because the hero is a prince of the kingdom, and he has no time or patience for a girl that doesn't want to sleep with him, because everyone in the party are ladies, and he's like, yeah, you're a healer. We can find another healer. I don't need you. And they leave her for dead. She does not die because she has other she has other summons. So she summons someone to take care of her. While she is injured, high-ranking demons show up. But those high-ranking demons are like, yeah, what the fuck happened? They tried to kill you, huh? That sucks. Do you want to hang out in our country for a while you heal up? And she's like, yeah, all right. I'm a prisoner then, huh? And they're like, no, you seem cool. Just come hang out with us. We watched what happened. That sucks. We can tell because we're demons, we're high-ranking demons, that you are clearly really strong. And it's weird that guy who any of us could take out would like disregard you and try to kill you. That's wild. And they're like, okay, and so this is all very straightforward for this kind of manga. This kicked, banished style manga, right? Like someone was very powerful. Either it was a secret or people have gotten just so used to it that they didn't, that they weren't like, they don't bring it up enough because they're just like not, sorry. I was like, do I need this piece? This piece is from this piece is not being used because it is from the old but the new butt doesn't use that piece because some of this is from the 2015 Burning Gundam from Build Fighters. This is the Shin Burning Gundam, so there are some new parts. So we're not going to use these, or these here, but we are using some other parts. So I need to clip those out. Sorry, tangent. So far, this story is pretty straightforward. Like, oh, okay, she's going to join the demons, and she's going to turn her back on humanity because humanity didn't, turn their back on her. Okay, we'll just go from there. No. The part where it's Unparalleled Little Girl is our main character is 15, and they're like, hey, while you're here in the demon realm, do you want to be a demon? That's from Astaroth, one of the 4 heavenly kings. They're like, do you want to be a demon? It'll help you with recovery because you're in the demon realm, and if you become a demon, it'll help you out. And she's like, yeah, all right. Well, humanity betrayed me, so I guess that'll be okay. Well, they turn her into a little girl. She is a young demon, and they're psyched about that because demons aren't children for that long. So everyone's very excited about this cute demon girl they suddenly have. She's got little horns and twin tails. It's very cute. And I was like, oh, okay, so now we're going to get the chill anime. This is just going to be a chill anime about this girl and all that. No. So she's a little girl, and here's the thing. She's also a demon. Turns out the only bad thing about being the strongest saint in the world and having the ability to summon all those is that she could only summon one person at a time as a human. But now she's a demon, and she has a bigger mana pool, and she can summon multiple heroes for as long as she wants. And the heroes she summons are also stronger than they used to be because they are powered up by her. And so it is still a power fantasy anime. It's just the power fantasy is, what if I aged into a little girl and was cuter than I was before? And also I have cool magic and I summon people and everyone thinks I'm neat and cute and fun. So we got all that. And you're like, Pat, well, it's got to be, if it's a battle anime and there's some fighting going on, there must be a whole fucking thing about how people are, she's gonna have to fight people. And what about you said that she had a dad and older brothers, and like, oh, didn't she abandon them? Is she gonna have to fight against them? So the demons show up and they're like, hey, this is your daughter, who, I should stress, the dad and the brothers have been told died heroically. The story has been that the hero was saved and that the rest of the party was able to flee because Lilith sacrificed herself. That's the story that was being told, which is obviously a lie. And so dad is pissed and the brothers are pissed. But they're fucking really happy that that these demons took care of their little girl. They're on the border town. They're the border region. They defend from monsters. Ancient times, they had a pact with the demons and had a good relationship with them. It's just in modern times that the demon lord is supposedly trying to take over the world. We later find out that's bullshit. The human king of this kingdom, made it up because he wants to expand his territory into the demons. That age-old bullshit. So yeah, turns out the brothers and the dad are like, we're happy we're happy she's safe. We're happy she's okay. Also, she looks real cute. We get to have a little sister be little again. And then is the dad flirting with Astaroth, the woman who is one of the 4 heavenly kings? It is heavily implied the 2 of them hit it off right away, and that's fun. So there's like 5 chapters of this story that are the dad and the brothers being like, we're gonna annex ourselves. Fuck this kingdom. They like need to make sure everyone pays the crimes. They leave. The prime minister goes, I'm going with them, and leaves with them. They're like, we're gonna be our own nation. We're making a treaty with the demon realm because turns out they're not bad. There's a dragon friend that's awesome, and things take a slightly dark turn at one point, but also is pretty fucking cool when some other countries' shenanigans happen. Honestly, I didn't know if this was like a revenge story or if this was going to be a cute slice of life in a fantasy world. And it's both of that, but it works. It's not like, oh, this action series is bogged down with this bit of humor and that doesn't work. Or this slice of life, sometimes it gets heavy and like there's some action and stuff for no reason. And like, oh, what's going on with this evil ritual that's like taking away from the fun? And it's like, yeah, that shit's there. All that shit is there. But it works really well together because at the end of the day, it's like cute and fun and enjoyable. And then shit gets completely off the rails right where I stopped reading it, where I've mostly left off with it. But it's still really good and really fun. That's Unparalleled Little Girl. And that's a big old recommendation from your friend Pat. That's a fun manga that I would recommend if you're looking for an action manga that has some lightheartedness. I think it's pretty fucking cute and cool. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it, except that I like it. Yeah, and again, I'll take a break on talking about Oshinoko. This episode we'll talk about on Saturday, along with Dungeon People, which is just so good. And then I Parry Everything. I'm still reading. I'm just not still watching I Parry Everything. I'm just not talking about it on a weekly basis. Still watching, although we didn't have an episode on Saturday or Friday, so it's okay. But there'll be one this week of Slime. That time I got reincarnated as a Slime season 3 part 2. Still really enjoying that. That is still a quality series in my opinion. That's still some of the good shit. So I'm watching that. I am behind on a lot of the cute action series. I Parry Everything I've been watching, but I'm behind on the Old Man Newbie Adventurer. I'm behind on that. I am caught up on a few things, a few of the isekai. Let me just quickly check. Now is the part of the stream that I do want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? We'll get into that now. While I talk about the anime that I'm watching. Yeah, Nokatan and Oshinoko. I'm watching that. Um, uh, let's see. I'm behind on Suicide Squad Isekai. I will finish that. I just am behind on it, but I'm finished. I finished that. I mean, get it caught up on that. So I'm watching that. I Parry Everything. I gotta get caught up on. Let's see. I have not started Dead Demons DDDD Destruction. That show started like late in last season. It's on. It's up to episode 9. It's like a weird like cross-seasonal show, and I have not watched that. I've heard that's very good and weird, and I do want to check that out. I just have not yet. I might wait for it to all be over and then watch that. Time I got Reincarnated as a Slime, Dungeon People. Caught up on Quality Assurance in Another World. I have only watched the first episode. Episode 3 is coming out. I do need to watch episode 2 again. That just seems so good that I do want to get back into that because the first episode was really good. Episode 2, again, I haven't watched, but that first episode was solid, so I do want to get back to that. My Hero Academia, I'm caught up on. Let's see. Let's see. Plus size Elf. I really didn't like the manga, so I'm not watching that. But I have a friend who's watching that and really is enjoying it. Apparently, it's a good adaptation. But again, it's an adaptation of a thing I don't particularly like. Let's see. I have not watched any of Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. I have a desire to watch it, but I do not have a desire to watch it weekly because most of Fairy Tail, the original, I watched like late. I got into it really late, and so I watched a lot of it like to get caught up, and then I watched most of the last season as it aired, but not like but yeah. So like I don't know. Watching that weekly feels weird. That feels like a show that I marathon, so I haven't been watching that weekly. But I again, I'll probably wait for like 4 or 5 episodes and then watch them all together. I have heard that VTuber Legend is very fun, and there is a reference to a modern video game. There is a reference to like modern video games that are hard on purpose. That people were psyched about that being in the game or the anime. A Journey Through Another World, Raising Kids. I'm not caught up on, but I do want to get caught up on because it is good. Osan, I said I want to get caught up on. Yeah, so like, I don't know. There's just been a lot of stuff and a lot of wrestling, and I just haven't been able to get caught up on stuff that I want to watch because there's a lot of it. And I'm just double checking. Yeah, nobody picked up the short. There is one isekai this season I can't watch. Is a 3-minute short show that no one has picked up. It might be fan sub somewhere. I guess I could look for that. That show is translated as Head Start at Birth. It's an isekai. It's a little girl that wants to have become strong and have a good life. She's the daughter of a Maquis. And again, that's 3-minute episodes, and nobody picked that up, which makes sense. I'm going to read what y'all been writing. Once I tell you that, I have been, for the most part, just hanging out, playing some video games, doing some things and things. I have a D&D session tomorrow. I am very excited about my D&D session tomorrow. That's going to be a good time. We might find that if you've been following the story, currently, my party we the players are aware that this dungeon, the final boss of this dungeon, there is a dragon. We now know that my DM put a dragon in the dungeon. The player characters, the players know. The characters don't know yet. I expect our scout or our ranger is going to learn that in this next session. I feel like that's the way things are going to go, that we're going to like figure this out. We don't know how close or far we are from the end of the dungeon, from this dragon. I don't think we're ready to fight even a weak dragon. Like, if it turns out this dragon's injured or sad or whatever, I don't know how we're going to fight it. Also, we could have... The trick is that my character would definitely want to fight a dragon. So, like, my guy's going to want to punch a dragon. Like, I just know that, and I think my party knows that, like, my character is going to want to punch this thing. So we either need to be strong enough to beat it, or my characters have to persuade me. My character needs to get persuaded not to try to fucking punch this dragon, because that will lead to all of our deaths. So that's going to be a sub game of, like, convince the Echo Knight that he shouldn't run up and Echo punch a dragon. That's a fun little sub game for some characters. So hopefully we'll be cool and we won't run into some bullshit. But as I said, I'm super excited about fucking around in that. I think that's going to be really fun. And that's tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow afternoon. I'll have that. I'll be doing that all afternoon, having dinner, catching up on some work, getting stuff ready to record the next episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club tomorrow or Saturday, depending on my schedule. And then also watching wrestling Friday night, which will be fun to watch. Some wrestling. Yes, Getting Over It is in the VTuber anime and is credited. It is apparently not like a parody of it. It is like legitimately in the game and got credit for being in the game, which is fun and cool. Ghostfab is tired after helping a friend most of the afternoon and evening. Being tired usually makes gaming a bit tougher. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes you just want to, like, chill and your body is not ready to chill because you are exhausted but you want to play some games, but your body is just like, what if you just vegged out? Might I recommend the free DLC for Power Wash Simulator? You can just power wash the submarine. That's out today or yesterday. But yeah, there's new stuff to wash your Power Simulator, which is fun. It's the stuff that the community voted for. I think it got pushed back because Warhammer had gotten pushed back, which then meant that the Alice DLC came out later than they originally planned. So this free DLC had to come out a little later than they originally planned. Aristofan picked up that Nintendo World Championship game because you're old and you have nostalgia. Totally understand. I look forward to playing with my kids and them kicking my butt. Aristofan, that's the way of the world, my friend. Lashbrook says, so you can get over it. It was credited in that. Aristofan says, Aristofan says, I'm continuing my epic losing streak in Hearthstone. I need the expansion to come out to shake things up. Yeah. I wish they had kept doing... I know why they did it, because they want to have people do the previews and stuff. But I'll say, Aristofan, I fucking wish that they had kept doing for longer the weird thing where the anomalies. The anomalies kind of shook up the game in a way that I really liked. And then they took that away so they could focus on the content that's coming out. But yes, I do have a scam deck right now that we have not seen on stream that I don't think will get any better next season, but I'll still play it because it's a Paladin scam deck. Basically, you cheat out 10 mana, then you play the hero that if you do 4 hero powers and make 4 creatures on the board, you can only do it one at a time with the hero power. Every time you use the hero power, you get a different creature. You play that on the board, and then you win. You just win. It's a win condition. Well, you can cheat out your mana. You can play that, and then you can put on the board a card that or a minion that lets you play, lets you use your hero power twice, and then a minion that lets your hero power go off twice, activate twice. And so basically, turn 4, you have 10 mana. Turn 5, you spend 9 mana. Turn 6, you play 1 card, and then you press your hero power button twice, and then you just win the game. And there's a card that lets you order your deck so you have the most expensive cards on the top of your deck. And so you could just... It's a really good scam deck, and there are ways around it. People have figured out ways to cheese it. But unless your opponent is playing... Unless your draw is terrible, or your opponent is playing an aggro deck, and then giving them 10 mana... Giving them 10 mana is bad, but it's... Aristophan, it's a great cheese deck. It's even better than the Dragon Priest deck that I was using. It's awful. You lose because you have bad draw, not because your opponent did anything, which is not great, but is fun. But if you need to break that losing streak. Last break has been working through Combat Clash PDX because I want to see that Allen Angels and Evil Uno match. I've heard good things about that match. I do want to see that. You played click holding and felt very uncomfortable, and then ran into a bug that made the post game not trigger. So I got to do it again. Oh yeah, you can't do the post game. That sucks. That is a bug. It's a big bug. That's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. All right. So all we have left is the weapon and the 2 weapons, and then the backpack. The wings backpack will do last. So we're going to jump to the 2 weapons because I want to do the 2 weapons. One of the weapons is just a beam sword. So we'll do the swords. Yeah, I have not. I have click holding. I have not played click holding yet. I'm going to play click holding. Lord Crash says, I'm playing some Dungeons of Kinterberg. That's a fun mix of dungeon crawling and puzzle solving with some Persona style of dungeon stuff. Ooh. I also finished a rewatch of Cobra Kai just in time to watch the first part of the new season. That's a lot of fun. Nice. I'm so far behind on Cobra Kai. Someday I'll get caught up on it. But I'm kind of at the point with that show where I was like, I get it. I like it. I'm good. That's kind of how I felt about it. Which, isn't the most, I should probably get in there and do a little more of that. But I just haven't. I just haven't been motivated to get caught up on that show, which I liked, but I didn't necessarily love. I gotta put a hand on here so I can hold this blade. Bobby Dice Roller, hey Bobby, happy to have you here, says, I just got that new, you want those games, right, etc. And it's just good, mindless fun. I'm enjoying it. Oh yeah, the sequel. They did a second of, you want those games, right? I did see that. I have not picked that up. Again, somewhat similar to Cobra Kai. Do I want to play that game again? Or do I want to play that game collection again? Maybe I got everything out of that game collection that I wanted. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I do want something. Sorry, I need 20. Okay. Maybe I do want to play that game again. Or those kind of games again. Maybe a second shake at that opens it up to a lot of cool, new, weird stuff that I'm would be super into. I don't know. I'm saying, because I don't have an answer for you on that. I think it's neat, but I don't know if I'm going to get deep into it, God, this beam sword is cool looking. This beam sword is dope as hell. Lord Crash says, Season 5 has we have to get everybody to team up to take down the big bad moment straight out of a shonen anime. Nice, yeah. Cobra Kai, as I said, I liked it. I don't even remember where I left off, but I did really enjoy it. And so I could see myself getting back into it. Is it the wrong piece? Do I have the wrong? This is like not connecting how it needs to be. Sorry. This is A26, and so I need A16 or C16 or C17. Let me see if this one will do it. But yeah, I do. Someday we'll get caught up on that. And then the Drinking Geek says, Pat, I'm glad you're still streaming. I needed this after watching way too much commentary coverage of another event going on right now, and my brain started leaking out of my ears. Well, I should say, you only got me for another 10 to 15 minutes, but I hope that 10 to 15 minutes is good for you. Because yeah, I will be wrapping this up shortly before 11 p.m., because I stream 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's just when I like to stream. But I do hope that I'll be able to give you some enjoyment. Is this the wrong? What is going on here? Neither of these this hand is like, okay, so it's supposed to go like this. This hand is the hand you want. Same time for me. Okay, great. Hell yeah. So this hand I know is right. And then I pulled out this piece, which is supposed to clip on like this, and then just doesn't seem to be the right piece for it. Yeah, so I'm like, did I pull the wrong ones out here? Because I want to be able to hold the weapon, so... Okay, I think it's this one. It's this one. Got it, okay. I had the wrong armor for the hands here. Now I've got the right one, so we can complete the hand. There it is, that's what we wanted. And we'll give this a little panel lining. So on Saturday stream, I will finish the backpack I'll build the backpack for this, which is also the beam wings. It is just a cool looking thing, but that'll take some time, which we won't be able to get to tonight. So I'll be building that. I'll probably start it tonight, but I'll be building that on Saturday stream, and then I'll be starting something new. So my $10 patrons should keep an eye out for tomorrow for me to have a poll about what I should be doing next, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. Let's build a sheath for this. It's going to go on the back of the kit, because we have this sword and we do have another sword. Apparently, you can't have both swords. This kit only comes with the hand for one sword to hold weapons. So I can't dual wield a beam sword and a katana at the same time, which is rude. But yeah, my tomorrow I've got D&D. Also, after wrestling, watch a bunch of wrestling with some people. I will most likely get in some Helldivers because I do enjoy a good Helldiver session. Some Helldivers 2 with some friends. I could kit bash. Yes, I could dig around for a hand. And I could shave down one of these pieces, because I have a bunch of these. So I could shave down one of these and then glue it on so that I could use that hand to hold it. So I could dual wield. I could find a left hand, an open left hand that would work for it. Like, I don't have one of those around, but I could dig around for it. So if I wanted to kit bash a hand, because obviously gray, dime a dozen. So I could look through my stuff and try to find a hand for it that would work. If I really wanted this to be able to hold two swords, I could make it hold two swords. But it's okay that it doesn't. I'm not like super depressed or anything about it. I wish that it did give me that. Or if I wanted to have this sword on the other hand, I would like that to have that be an option, but as I said, it is not an option. So let's put the blade here. Okay. Me. I do have a decent amount of stuff in my backlog. I bought a Lego set that was on sale for Prime Day that arrived today, so I got that. It was very funny. My mom she's got a Fitbit, and she was looking for new wristbands for it. And I was like, oh, which ones do you like? Point out the one you like. And I was like, great. And then I bought it on Prime Day, and I was like, great. Don't buy those for yourself, Mom. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, don't. Happy birthday. Her birthday is next month. I was like, happy birthday. You can have them now if you want, or you can wait for your birthday. She wanted one, and the other one she's waiting on. But she wanted one to put on because I got her a pack of several. And then it's also my dad's anniversary. It's my parents' anniversary. I usually just get them a card. I just get my mom a gift for her birthday, which is the same week, and I just give them a card. But instead, I got my dad something small, which is he recently replaced. He's got a container for his daily meds because he's an old man. So he's got meds. I'm an old man too, but he's a older man. But yeah, he's got meds that he wanted to have in there. He got a new container. He hates it. He hates his new container. It's designed where it's like it's the box here, and then each individual one can pop out. So if you only want to you're like, well, I'm going out today. I don't want to take the pills in a different container. I just want to take the one little. I want to take Tuesday with me because it's Tuesday. You can just pop that out and take that. But that means all of them want to pop out all of the time, and he hates it. He absolutely despises it. So I got him a new container, which is not much of a gift, but I got it on sale. And I was like, hey, Dad, you can wait for your anniversary. You can have this now. So it's kind of fun to do both those things. But while I was ordering that stuff, there was a deep discount on a Lego set. So I got that. So I got a few things for my $10 patrons tomorrow to be able to vote on what I'm going to build next, which will be on Saturday. Because the entire stream will not take me the entire stream to build the cool backpack wings for this. Like that won't take me the whole stream. So I'll be able to start something new, which will be either a Lego set or a model kit, one of a couple. But I've got a model kit that hasn't been up for vote because it just arrived, and the Lego set, and then probably one other thing. I'll put like the brand new kit, the brand new Lego set to me anyway. And then also I'll put in that unicorn destroyer kit again, because I said that I never wanted to build a unicorn or a Norn again, but the price was really good. And I knew that somebody might want to watch me put together a thing that I don't want to do. All right. So the blade is on the back of this kit, which looks fucking rad. This looks so awesome. So, you want to be able to, you imagine that the kit pulls the sword out, but we'll have the beam sword visible here because that's cool. But I will take a photo on Saturday of the kit holding the other blade as well. Do I wish that this was like a couple different pieces? Yeah, I wish it was different colors and stuff. Am I fine with the beam sword being all of one piece? Yes, because it's a thick, cool sword. And so I'm fine with that. But that is, I believe that is going to do it for tonight's stream. I think we're good here. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go find somebody doing cool shit that we want to go hang out with them while they're doing it. But yeah, we're body complete on this kit. We will finish it up fully on Saturday by adding some other parts to the back of it to make it really shine. But yeah, we are going to raid because that's again what we do here. Go find somebody doing some cool stuff. Go spend some time with them. We might go and hang out with Loading Ready Run because they have been doing a subathon all week and they are continuing. The subathon continues. But in fact, actually, it's Merry Thursday. So we're going to go hang out with Mary Kish. Mary didn't stream on Monday, but Mary is streaming tonight. And we always try to raid Mary Kish because she only streams once a week. So Mary is playing Bo, Path of the Tea Lotus. And we're going to go raid Mary. So feel free to come along on this stream. Go to this one. Mary Kish rules. She's so great. Her community is fantastic. There's some overlap between the two of our communities. But yeah, let's go hang out with Mary on a fine Thursday evening for a very rare Thursday stream for Mary. It's Mary Mondays. on a Thursday. And come back on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for me to finish this kit, start something new. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll find out tomorrow. Thank you all so much for being here. If you were here for 5 minutes or 2 hours, I thank you very much. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.